G'day everyone! Look, I just wanted to take a moment before we start the review just to talk to you about it. As you can see from the title, it's had some exposure to heat and it did show in the smell tests and sight tests. Even though I knew some of it was bad, I still tasted it, but I only had a small amount and I'm glad I didn't try more because I got really sick from it. Within 30 minutes of trying this ration, I got the sweats up and after a couple of hours, I got very sick. We've all seen people like Steve who have eaten items more than 100 years old and not even gotten sick from it. While this ration was only 8 years old, I got sick due to a bad storage history. These things can go bad quick with a bad storage. When you purchase rations from a private seller online, please be careful. It really is a big gamble. Anyone out there can say they've stored it correctly in a cool, dry, dark place, but how can you really be sure? The safest place to purchase your rations are from the professionals who are tried and tested sellers like MRE Mountain, Black Dog Bob and Foreign MRE. So I guess the reason why I'm doing this intro is just to warn and remind everyone of the 3 important checks: sight, smell and taste. So with sight, is the packaging damaged in any way, whether it's holes, dents, tears, broken seals or even rust? And when it comes to the food, is it mouldy, is it discoloured, or even just an abnormal colour? Smell, does it smell off, rotten, metallic, or sour? Finally, taste. This is always the last one. If you're not 100% sure of it from the other 2 checks, it's always safest not to have it at all. But if you do try, then just try a small amount. This is what I did, and I still suffered from it. So if it tastes off or metallic, spit it out. Anyway, enough of this public service announcement. Here's a review. Hope you enjoy it. G'day everyone, how's it all going? So today we are checking out a US MRE menu number 1 chili with beans, and this one was done by MRE. It has a date code on the back of the 179th day of 2010. And a massive thank you to Nathan from Nathan's MREs who sent this one in to me. Really appreciate it, mate. Can't wait to check it all out. Now, I'm sure you all know who Nathan is. However, if you don't, I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the description box below. Make sure you go on there, check it out, and hit subscribe if you haven't already. So let's check out and see what we've got inside this thing. Well, something I really like about MRE is that they do this inner packaging like you can see here. Really great. I love that they do that. It's also one of those things which they do, and I reckon it prevents a lot of possible damage from happening. So, first what we've got, a hot beverage bag, flameless ration heater here. And you do get your date codes on the flameless ration heaters as well. So this is also from 2010. Ground red pepper. Stuff's awesome. MRE spoon. Cheese spread. And whoa, this thing has actually ruptured. Check that. Wow. It's actually easier to see on the screen than what it actually is with looking at it normally. So... oh, what a bloody shame. That is really sucks. Oh well, you get that in these things. Just after I said that you don't get the damage. Jeez, talk about bloody stuffing yourself up. Chocolate dairy shake powder. Should be good. Oh, check this out. Skittles, awesome. This stuff is like currency. And because it's from Nathan, I have to say it, tortillas. We also have our accessory packet here. I'll look at that one in just a sec. We've got Mexican style corn for one of the sides there. And of course, we have our main chili with beans. So while we're here, let's quickly check out this accessory packet and see what we've got inside. cinnamon gum. That stuff's really good. However, it actually does look a bit yellow. You can't really tell on the screen here, unfortunately. It looks pretty white there, but normally, holding it, it's actually got a yellow tinge to it. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes. Get our match packet. Non-dairy creamer. Moist towelette. Taster's Choice coffee. Sugar. Iodized salt. And of course, your loo roll. So I'm going to go put these two into some boiling water and we'll get the rest of the stuff out onto the tray. Alright everyone, so I've chucked in the mains to heat up, but I just had a bit of a squeeze of this cheese spread and it's actually coming out the side here. So it's actually got a rupture up the top. So, real shame, but these things happen. So let's make this coffee up first. Got a Taster's Choice here. Don't know how it will go, but we'll have a look. Actually, oh, finally, a Taster's Choice. That is absolutely perfect. Jeez, I think it's only the second time I've actually ever had one, which is good. And we'll get our sugar, so at least having the Taster's Choice in one piece makes up for that cheese a little bit. And that cheese, that oil from it just went over everything. I actually had to completely wipe down this chocolate dairy shake packaging because it was just, the whole thing was just covered in oil, unfortunately. Coffee's ready, and let's do up this dairy shake. So the dairy shake only asks for 6 ounces of water, which is bugger all really, not much at all. So we'll seal that up and we'll give it a shake. So, shaking's all done. Let's see how it went. Oh, nice and thick. Jeez, don't know about this. It actually smells kind of sour, the inside of it. Interesting to see when we try it out. Open up these tortillas. Oh, man. These are just really, really solid, actually. Oh, and these smell off too. Tell you what, I'm not thinking that this ration is going to be any good, to be honest with you. Oh, everything smells sour and off in some way or another. I can't even separate these things. They're just pulling apart, falling apart. Skittles, they're one giant clump down the end here. So we'll try and get those out anyway. Colours of them. Even they're off. So I reckon this thing has had some serious heat to it at some time or another. And yeah, so I'm going to be very, very careful with this one, I think, because I don't know if it's going to be any good. And like I said, it looks pretty good on the screen, but it's actually got an yellowy tinge to the gum. But unfortunately, you can't see it as well on the screen here. Jeez. Oh. Pop one out, ready to go just in case. There we go. So I'll pop the chili with beans out first. That looks and smells okay. I won't say it smells good because there's something there, but... And Mexican corn. Well, guys and girls, I'm really not sure about this one. It's quite a few issues with it. It's got a slightly strange smell on the chili with the beans. The corn smells okay, looks alright as well. The tortillas here, really firm and a very, very strong sour smell to them. The Skittles, even these, discoloration, warped, heat, damage, all sorts of stuff on them. They do not look right at all. And this chocolate drink here, it's got a weird sour smell to it too. So I don't know whether the dairy powders or anything like that can go off in it. And I also did remember that there was an issue with some dairy shakes in the past which got recalled due to Salmonella or something like that being in it. And I did check MRE info. And guys, if you're after any info about MREs or anything like that, please go on and check MRE info. A big thank you to them for just having that information available, because this one is the year after it was all marked as fine. So I think it was like from 2000 to 2009, around then, or 2009 was the last year where they actually had the issue with the recall, and this one here is from 2010. So technically it should be okay, but just from the smell of it, I'm not 100% sure on it. And funnily enough, the Taster's Choice coffee, which pretty much in 99% of these bloody things goes off and gets mold, is the only thing which seems to have really stood up. So I might try that first. Yeah, got a bit of residual dairy powder and stuff like that sitting on top there. That's normal, you do see that a lot in these things. But it's a very, very weak, mild sort of coffee. I think I probably put too much of that creamer in there. And I will give this chili with beans a bit of a go, just to see how it is. So as you can see here, it does look pretty good though. Absolutely fantastic colour. You can see plenty of that chili in there. Nice red kidney beans, great looking sauce. Let's give it a crack. Yeah, the chili still tastes really nice. Great little chili hit there. Nice bit of spice. Something just a bit of a change, because a lot of these MREs can be pretty bland, but having this with a bit of a chili hit in it absolutely livens it up a lot. If you don't like heat, it's still mild enough for you to actually enjoy. However, if you do like a good kick, chuck in that red pepper here, the ground red pepper. Plenty of that beef in there as well, so you can see plenty of little bits. And great texture too to them. A little bit of onion as well on the end here. Plenty of kidney beans inside. Still tastes pretty good. And let's try this Mexican style corn. Never had this gear before, so I don't know what to expect. But looks like you got, of course, your corn. Then you've got a bunch of red and green peppers in there. Let's check it out. Oh, there's still really, really good texture. After 8 years, this corn is still great. Still got that nice little bit of crunch when you bite into each kernel. Fantastic. And the flavour is a lot like it's had your taco seasoning just sprinkled into it with the sauce. Yeah, real pleasant surprise. And let's try these two together. That's a pretty good mix. When you mix it with the corn and the chili here together, you get those little crunches from the corn here. Well, not really a crunch, just the extra texture to it. But you know what? Whether you mix it together or have them each on their own, they're both fantastic ways. I'm really not sure about this tortilla here. Like I said, it had a very, very sour smell to it. And even the colour of it just doesn't quite look right. But I'll try a little bit and see how we go. Nah, that just... I took a tiny, tiny bite, and even that just put a really sour taste in my mouth. And also, a bit of a weird feeling up the back of my throat. So, I think I'm definitely going to give that a miss. And might wash it down with a bit of this coffee. So, oh, geez, I'm really in two minds about this drink. I'll try a tiny bit of it and we'll see how we go. But you know what? Everyone's probably going, mate, if you're in two minds, do not do it. Nah, I had to spit that back into here actually. So it is not good at all. Yeah, that is absolutely foul. Sour, just off taste. It's almost like it's the sour milk sort of thing in there. So don't know if that's possible with a powder, but it seems to be. Let's give these Skittles a go. Fingers crossed these are something resembling what they're supposed to be like. Now, even these Skittles, like, I reckon they're edible. I actually swallowed them. However, it did have a very weird taste to it as well. It was sort of half right. But, yeah, no, I don't know, mate. I reckon this thing has probably lived in the boot of a vehicle or something like that through quite a few summers. Maybe someone was cleaning out the back of their car and found it and gone, yeah, I'm not eating that, but some poor schmuck on eBay can buy it. And finally, let's try this gum. Well, thankfully, this gum was okay. Still nice and chewy, still really good. And I'm glad because I'm going to need that last bit here to get rid of this taste after I finish up recording, because so many of these just left a really bad taste in my mouth. With the chocolate drink, the tortillas, the Skittles, absolutely foul. Absolutely feral, as we say here in Australia. The main and the side, not too bad. I'm sure if it was a bit younger, it would have tasted a lot better. But to consider the rest of the stuff how it is, it's still in pretty good nick. The coffee wasn't too bad. Like I said, I probably used way too much of that non-dairy creamer in here because it was just too weak, and probably too much water as well. But other than that, it was wasn't too bad, and it was great to see that Red Taster's Choice actually made it through. And of course, that cheese splitting, you know what, that was probably a bit of a actual giveaway. It might have actually just bloated so much that it actually sprayed out. So that might be what actually ruptured. Who knows? Simply with changes in the temperatures, hot and cold all the time. Just can't be sure. And it is a real gamble grabbing these things. You never know what the history of it is. People can say all they want about how it was left in a nice, cool, dark closet or something for years. But you know what? Unless you were there, you don't know. Anyway, that's the end of the review, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. You know, it was something different here. A real shame that it wasn't in better condition. But it's also a part of the fun of it, isn't it? Just trying these out, seeing how they go. But I'm definitely not going to risk eating any more of this, because I think I'd just be asking for trouble. Anyway, thanks heaps for watching, everyone. If you liked it, leave us a thumbs up. Also a comment at the bottom, let us know what you thought. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you also hit that bell button next to it so that you get notified of any new videos that we release. And you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks heaps for watching, everyone. See ya.